and the masters of the universe.
Hi, I'm Ken, Prince of Frederick, defender of the secrets of the Ken Frederick podcast. And this here's Dawn, my fearless friend.
Hi.
Fabulous secret powers revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic wiener and said, by the power of Ken Frederick podcast, I have the power. And Cringer became the mighty Justin. Roar! And I became Ken, the most powerful man on the podcast. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together we defend the Ken Frederick podcast from evil forces of Skeletor. This is episode 47, Strange 80s. He-Man Masters of the Universe. I'm surprised I got through all that in
You
one.
did. I'm surprised I didn't laugh. That was excellent. Good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
So, why are we doing this? We think that He-Man is one of the weirdest 80s things ever. And we're kind of going to... We've talked about weird shit that we always, come across. Music, songs that you don't think are weirdly vulgar, but they are. 80s cartoons that are so strange. So we decided that we're going to start doing a strange episode stuff. And this is the first one of Strange 80s.
Strange 80s.
And this is Masters Universe. So all the noise you hear is us playing with Justin's toys that we're going to talk about.
Justin went home to his dad's house, and he brought back all these cool He-Man figures.
So we're going to bust them out and talk about them. But first
And I'm
things
playing
first,
with Tila.
Before you got two bads. That leg's paint's a little bit better.
It's almost like 4 bad.
So anyways, we're going to go through here and talk a little bit about some He-Man stuff. First, we're going to talk about the He-Man synopsis. And like I went over in the story was simple. It was Adam, and he found the power of Grayskull and fought good to defeat Skeletor. Now there's some newer versions that make it that they really update the story, but we're just going to talk about the 80s one.
Yeah, just the 80s one, which was basic. Good versus evil.
Yep, there's nothing special.
That's it.
And that's it.
PSAs.
Exactly. So...
This is the first time you never gave up any website information.
Oh, yeah. I'll do it at the end. It's tough. It's tough to incorporate all that into the...
So who are the main characters of this show back in the 80s?
Well,
You
was
had
He-Man, Orko,
Man-at-Arms, Tila, his daughter,
Yeah.
the Sorceress.
Well, was she a main character? She's on every episode.
She's on every episode.
Is she?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she's in the intro.
Yeah, she is in the intro.
And then you had Skeletor, which was always he's the villain.
It was always Skeletor, Triclops,
Beastman, Trapjaw,
Evil Lyn.
Now, Evil Lyn and Tila are
They're thick. They're oatmeal.
man, there's some corn-fed women here in these action figures right here. They got the same body build. All the figures have the same body build, which is great.
Yeah, we were looking through. We'll get into that when we start breaking down the characters.
Now, you did the intro to this show.
I did.
I used to think that this show back in the day, when I was a kid, it was the greatest intro.
Oh, yeah.
When the
think so, too.
Filmation thing ran across the screen and the words came down, it was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
We're getting into it. Here we go. This is going to be great. And, it's just him talking the entire
and
time.
it wasn't even that much, but it was just enough. And I think that what made it really cool, too, was the fact that Prince Adam and He-Man always talk to you, the kid.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really
He's
crossed
directing
the
it
line.
right at you. He's letting you know that this is who I am. You didn't have to wonder what the show is about.
Exactly.
This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. These are the bad guys I face. Here's their giant faces.
Skeletor doesn't have an arm!
And here's the guys I hang out with, and that was it. It got right to the point.
It did.
It's not like stupid cartoons today where you have no idea what the hell they're even about.
And there was no series. You didn't have to watch anything else to get what was going on.
You didn't have to watch an episode before to know what you were watching now. It was, hey, guess what happened last time on He-Man? Prince Adam is weak and couldn't do anything by himself. He turned into He-Man.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, no one knew it was going on, even though there was thunder and lightning involved.
And he looks identical except for a different outfit.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. Now,
So here we go. I found him here. So here's He-Man.
what the hell is he wearing over
I
there?
don't think that's Prince Adam's real thing.
No.
No, Prince Adam had like a purple velvet vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so Prince Adam wore just
Pink tights.
and a white thermal shirt.
Yeah. And he had They all had those strange, like, barbarian underwear and shoes on,
Yeah, all
but his
had-
were purple for some reason.
And I love, if you look, he's got the wristbands on the arms, but he wears his thermal shirt over them.
Well, if you'd like to look at the He-Man action figure, he's just painted flesh. Like, they knew that they were going to put gauntlets on him, but they said, "Oh, F it."
Yeah, we're
And
not painting it. They're not painting it
spend
at
time
all.
painting this shit.
Now, this was always the thing that cracked me up, is people would say, how can you not tell the difference between Superman and Clark Kent?
Yeah.
Because Superman, just Clark Kent with his glasses off.
Yeah.
How the hell did nobody know that Prince Adam and He-Man weren't the same person?
They're just wearing different shirts. Well, actually, one's wearing a shirt.
And not
one's
only that, but when he would turn into He-Man, if you want, like when I used to watch as a kid, for me, it was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like Prince Adam's getting beat up, and then all of a sudden, man, the sword's coming out. It's over. He's turning into He-Man. He's gonna whip ass. Now when you see it, it's like, oh my God, his clothes just go flying off.
He just explodes and goes
A
naked.
bolt of lightning hits him, bam! His clothes go flying right off, and then he just has like pigskin boots and
Pigskin boots.
and little underwears
Yeah.
on. That would be like the equivalent of me right now screaming real loud, lightning hit me, and then I'm in that outfit, and I
Just
would
naked.
go, and I'd go, "Hi, Ken, I'm He-Man." You'd be like, "What the hell are you wearing?"
You're not He-Man. You're naked.
Just on, and you're weird looking. Oh, I didn't know you had a sorceress figure.
All right.
I didn't even know they made a sorceress figure.
Oh, they totally did.
But it's so strange. That's one of the strangest things to me. And when he would do it, because when they would show you Man at Arms, watch him, and Orca, they'd
Which is so strange when you think about it, because it's like Man-at-Arms just watching him get naked.
they'd sit there and watch him. And they'd be like, "Oh my God, they're in awe of all the lightning and everything." But he would literally sometimes go around the side of a building and do this, and they'd be like, "Oh, He-Man, where'd you come from?" "Came from all that lightning and thunder you just heard around the corner." Did no one else hear that? How did no one hear that? That's not his proper thing.
No, but I think that's fakers.
It is fakers, but we're jumping ahead here.
Yeah.
Ken. We're jumping ahead.
Sorry.
So that to me was one of the strangest things that they would do about it. Is you had no one had no idea about it.
I feel like this is. We'll talk about it later. Never mind.
What's that?
Boo.
So
That's a visual joke for an audio podcast.
let's talk about why some things are so strange. Why so strange? What's
Well,
one of the things you found the strangest?
The
about
strangest
this
thing
show?
is the fact that the cat was huge but scared of everything and just put some armor on it and it was fine.
It did grow a lot bigger though.
Did
Yeah,
it?
Cringer was
It did.
like the size of like maybe a bobcat, and then he grew into like a mutant tiger.
It did, and that was the only one where he actually did something different. I mean, now they were both a green tiger with orange stripes, so
Yeah.
I don't know how you couldn't figure that one out too.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a pet tiger. Oh, really?
You know,
It'd
I
be
was-
like me hanging out with Justin, and then all of a sudden I just took my clothes off and wore underwear, and Justin got a little bit bigger. We put a big mask on him, and I rode him around the room.
That'd
Now,
be
when you
great.
were a kid, did you used to take the armor off and pretend it was Cringer?
No one ever took the armor off of Battle Cat.
I
No-
just take the mask off.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
I never played it as like, oh, here's Cringer. Why would you play the toys Cringer?
Because you have to make him turn.
turn.
So that was an odd thing that he had a
Yeah.
stupid tiger that talked. No one found that odd because no other animals talked.
No other. Panther didn't even talk.
No,
Skeletor's,
yeah, and he never wore a mask or anything like that
No,
either. He was just a big tiger.
Yep.
Another weird thing. You go back and watch these shows now, which you didn't notice this when you were a kid probably, but they use the same scene over and over in almost every He-Man episode.
Oh yeah. The fight scene was the same all the time.
If he's punching someone, it's him punching the camera. If he had to throw rocks, it's the same two rocks he'd pick up and like throw and block a dam off. What are some of the other ones? If he had to swipe up, for some reason, He-Man had the uncanny ability. If you shot him with a laser,
Yeah.
he would backhand tennis.
Oh, it was a
swing
perfect textbook
so-
backhand.
It was so good. The backhand.
every time. The
All
backhand,
time.
was, the backhand was so on point. He would do that, and that was another scene that they would use over and over. Remember what was the thing he would fly around in the sky sled?
Yeah, something like that.
He'd swooping down shooting. They would use that same scene.
Oh
over
yeah,
and
all
over.
the time. All the time.
I really felt like whoever edited the show would sit around and go, "What's in here? What's he doing now? He's fighting Merman, Skeletor. I used all the scenes from last week, thrown a couple new characters. We got
yeah.
a new episode."
Well, I really think that they had a formula where they're like, all right, we need animation for what's the 10 new figures in the toy line. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? We got to have those.
We
and
just
then
gotta
we're
put
good.
them in
Yep,
somehow.
Yep, and we're good. So yeah, the other cool thing that I always liked about the show was the PSAs.
Oh, the PSAs were great. What does PSA stand for all the kids out there?
I want to make it vulgar, but it's for
No.
public service announcement.
Yeah. which they don't do in TV shows anymore, which I don't understand.
I don't understand either. Buzz off.
You buzz off. So at the end of the show, I was trying to explain this to Xander the other day. He's like, what do you mean? I said, let's say in the episode, Ken and Justin got a fight because Justin didn't trust Ken and Ken didn't trust Justin,
Yeah.
and then they ended up needing each other at the end. So at the end of the episode, I would come out as He-Man and go, in today's episode, Ken didn't trust Justin, and Justin didn't trust Ken.
Yeah.
And what happened? They were almost killed by a giant talking ape. They learned to trust each other at the end. And they never gave like a catchphrase like no one is half the battle like G.I. Joe, but it was always some goofy, and it was the
You should
same.
learn to share.
That was another pose. They used to always do the pose where He-Man would walk like this and then just turn. So he using only at the waist.
Yeah.
His legs were still pointing in the same direction. It was the oddest looking scene, and they would throw that
that's
in there
great.
at the end.
That's always the
And what the hell did Orko look like underneath his little cape? Why did they never show you?
That's because he wasn't a real person.
What was he?
He was the figment of He-Man's imagination.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
He was
Everybody
actually-
knew who Orko was.
Actually, Orko was He-Man's twin brother. Prince Adam ate his twin in the womb.
There's an episode where will you shut up already? There's an episode of it where he takes all this off and you just see like a silhouette and he's like changing in a thing. And then he comes back out with it on. I always wondered what the hell he looked like. Why he couldn't
I think
see
he
him.
looks like Terry Crews, like the big black guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Obviously, because you could take the toy's helmet off and it was just still a black void with ears. So obviously it was like a little blue. I don't know why they made it such a big deal.
Because it was. He always reminded me of a mythical Alvin because he had the O on his chest.
Yeah, which is really weird.
What if he was just Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks?
It was like a crossover.
Yeah, it was their dad.
Oh, wow. So Justin got all the toys out here. So what we were going to do is run down some of these toys. I want to see. I made a list
All right.
because one thing that was so hilarious to me about He-Man was... Oh, wait. Before we get to that, let's talk about an episode. I showed
yeah.
these guys an episode that I find hilarious.
And now we might try to, depending on how else. I would like to do like a us
Mystery
watch
Science Theater type film?
Yeah, where we watch an episode and make fun of it.
But it's called it's the one where they introduced She-Ra. She-Ra was He-Man's
Yeah.
sister. It's called He-Man and She-Ra's Secret of the Sword. There's a scene where they go to where did She-Ra live?
Oh, I don't know. I never watched She-Ra.
Well, at the time, She-Ra, whoever her, I forget who her
person.
counterpart name is, who she is when she's not. It's Prince Adam and Princess Alana or something like that's her
Sure.
name. I don't know what it is, but they're all attacking like. It's a panther lady, which I think her name was. Oh, I forget now. Damn, Catra. Catra
Yeah.
and Scorpia and all these bad guys and Mantana, all the evil horde
Yeah,
are attacking
which
the
are
village.
great.
Prince Adam's there, and of course, every time on the money, he sneaks off when he sees shit's going down.
Yeah.
Sort of sneaks off, goes around a corner, and turns into He-Man. Comes back in, they shoot him, and he does a beautiful, again, tennis swing, shoots it away.
Yep.
And then the Scorpion lady, what did she say to him?
She goes, "Oh, was it?"
I'll stop you, muscle man.
That's it.
And she
And
just...
he picks her up by her ankles and straight
No,
up
by
top-
her hands.
By her
She
hands.
tries to grab or claw hand them, and he grabs both of them and,
Oh, that's right.
looks at her and goes like, "Bitch," and then just swings her. Now he's super strong.
Yeah.
and
And she
flings
just has
her into a hot
crab
dog and flings her into a hot dog stand.
But what's great is like that's what I loved about He-Man. For some reason, they were in the past, but they were also in the future. But they were in the present because they had hot dog stands.
Well, here's the thing about it: it's a hot dog stand, but they're selling watermelons. It looks like a hot dog stand.
That's right. They are.
And
selling
when
watermelon.
they used to do the thing on the show that when he would throw people and they would go off camera, the screen would shake,
Yeah.
like almost like he threw her so hard that it caused a
shook the
vibration.
world.
Or was somebody on a handheld camcorder filming He-Man?
He-Man was actually the first Office.
It was the first reality show,
Yeah.
and it hit the guy. And I don't understand why the camera had to show. It was as bad as a laugh track in the Flintstones to me.
Well, yeah. That's.
And then the camera would shake, and then when they go over her, she has watermelons on her hand and one perfectly on her head, and she has the stars she's losing.
Oh yeah, and the thing's going around her head. Yeah.
And then Battle Cat just knocks out the Catra lady. I mean, he hits her so hard, I don't know how she's not dead.
Oh, it's great.
And it's such a great scene. It just, to me, that scene sums up everything that was so perfect about him.
Oh, yeah.
Because he showed up and he just starts kicking ass, and it's over. But it's hilarious. There's a lot of good episodes. But yeah, we should definitely watch
We're
one
watching-
together. Who the hell is this guy?
That's the only guy that I can't remember, and we're gonna
He's on your list. It's Extendor or something like that.
Oh, Extendor sounds like
Say Extends.
sounds like something
Are
dirty.
you
right?
watching the USA Network after 2 a.m.?
Look at this guy.
I used to have him.
Oh my God, he's great. All right, so let's look at some of these
Are
dudes.
we going to go down the line from the top of your list? 'Cause
We
that's-
can look at the guys and we'll cross them off, and then we'll see which ones he doesn't have.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
Prince Adam he has. He's wearing something different, but just your classic He-Man head.
we'll move him over here after we're done.
All right.
Classic, same He-Man head,
White, like tight long sleeve shirt, pink pants.
pink pants,
Which is
and
great.
so muscular.
Yeah.
Like if this is what Prince Adam looked like, I'd be like, dude, you can take these guys on. Look how big
Why do you have
are.
to get that? Why do you have to get He-Man?
Why do you have to take your shirt off and put the thing on? You're huge, man. Like in the cartoon when they remade it in the 2000s, Prince Adam was like a little scrawny kid,
Yeah, yeah.
which made more sense.
And all He-Man was a ripoff of Shazam. Like,
Yeah, basically,
but-
yeah. So you have Tila over here, who just said is, she's got a nice thick figure on her.
All the women have the same build. So Tila and Evil Lynn, just hot, thick.
Yeah, we have Evil Lynn over
Childbearing
here.
hips.
Yeah, just childbearing hips, sexy looking. Evil Lynn's got a resting bitch face from
Yep.
way back. Look at
Maybe
her.
a B cup. It's not huge. It's
Yeah,
not stereotypes.
Yeah, it's nice. And we got Orko over here. Who do
Orko.
you remember Orko? What he came with originally?
Came
he had
with the
he had the
zip.
zip thing.
Yes, he would.
And he would go all around.
Yeah.
Like any good 80s toys, you had the zip line.
Yeah.
Or the ripcord. Ripcord.
And every time when I was a kid, I had an Orko figure, and I'd pick it up. I'd always look underneath to see if I could see what he looked like. I'd be like, "There's nothing there. It's just plastic. Quit doing that." Who else do we have over here?
All right, so if we're going to keep doing so we got Man at Arms. This is
Man at Arms has that. I don't know
I
what the
understand
hell
the
that thing
peekaboo
is.
shield that he's always.
It's like a
has.
spit guard. Maybe he
Yeah.
spits when he talks. I don't know what
He's
that's.
got the first portable sneeze guard. So when
Yeah.
he goes to salad bars, he never has to worry
Do you
about
think Man at Arms, like a lot when he was running around and got a cold, is just like, achoo! Puts it right into the shield
Yeah.
and it's like, damn it.
Yeah, he's doing so many bad things in that thing.
And
I
you know
feel
what else
like
he could do? Is mouth about people underneath there. He was seeing.
He just like sulks them and he goes, "You mother effer."
He-Man's like, we're gonna do this. He's like,
I
great
bet
fucking idea.
Good plan, asshole.
Would you say Man at Arms? Nothing. I guess spit
And
guard.
Man at Arms is such a dumb name. Like,
His name was Duncan.
Duncan. But he was Man at Arms because he was a warrior. And he used to do.
He was the guy that took care of all the weapons.
Yeah.
but
Basically.
he's got the same body. What I loved about all these He-Man toys, the exact same body.
Exact same hands.
'Cause they still have the
one
gauntlets.
open hand, one gun hand, or a
Yeah.
thumbs up hand.
Well, that's for the sword or gun, and then the hands open. It was always the shield.
Right.
So let's give you that
And
one.
don't forget, Ken, tight green spandex.
Oh, so
tight. And then of course this
furry crotch.
furry crotch
So
stuff.
the original He-Man was just basic. He had the weird iron cross on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, he was just Prince Adam naked.
Yeah.
With skin-colored arm gauntlets on, which is
Yeah.
really weird.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then there's Battle Cat.
Yeah, Battle Cat was cool looking.
You never took the back piece off of Cringer because it was a pain in the ass. Because for some reason, He-Man had the most intricate buckles on all the
It did.
accessories.
It did. Everything was really tough to like.
And things would
Get off.
break really easily,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is why a lot of these characters are missing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like your
But Battle Cat was a cool figure, though. I mean, he was.
didn't do anything.
It
but it was
didn't do
cool.
anything, but it looked cool. You know what I mean? I still have mine.
Yep. And then there's Skeletor, who is one of the best figures ever.
Yeah.
Came with a goat head staff.
Oh,
If
it was
you-
so scary looking.
Yep.
And when you were a kid, he was so awesome looking.
Crossbones.
Do you remember Skeletor in a cartoon the one time when he called Evil Lynn a boob?
Yeah.
And that was like okay back in 80s TV.
Man, you boob.
He was like, be quiet, you boob, like all mad at her. It was great.
Skeletor had the best voice because he's real high pitched and it was almost like Starscream. It was.
Oh,
it
he
was
had a great voice.
Yeah.
Remember in the 2000 cartoon, they turned him into a guy's name was
Keldor.
Keldor or something like
Yep,
that.
yep. And it was the
And
brother.
he worked for Hordak. And then he
Yeah.
took over and all that.
Yeah.
He was a great villain, though. Skeletor's
So
fantastic.
disappointed he's missing an arm.
Yeah. Then there's
Panther
Panther.
with that velvet on it.
Yeah, it's just so soft. That's when you're a first kid, you realize texture. You're like, oh,
Oh,
your velour toys that you had.
that sexy velour purple panther that
Which
you
is the
had.
exact same thing as
Battle
Battle
Cat,
Cat,
yeah.
but they just dipped it in velour.
And you know what the funny thing about him was? He was rarely on.
No, he
There was
was-
only once in a while where Skeletor would be on him just so Battle Cat.
and he would jump into frame on him and then get off, and that
Yeah,
was it.
that was it.
Yeah.
and they always both of them jumped on and off the exact same way.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it was the
probably
same
the
scene
same
over.
image. Yeah.
He-Man would always jump on Battle Cat, lean backwards, sword in the air, and then take off. And it's the same running scene over because
Yeah.
they use the same scenes.
Oh,
Such
totally.
a cheap cartoon to produce.
Oh yeah,
Look at this dude.
Stratos.
Stratos.
Pretty sure it's Stratos.
Yeah, it was Stratos, and he had his little fur wings, which I don't understand how he flew.
Well-
he had wing feathers taped to his arm and a rocket pack.
Well, what's great about Stratos is they were the first where they started introducing hairy chest and back.
Oh, he had
because
so
him
much
and
hair on
Zodiac
It's so much
have-
hair on him.
have hairy chest and back. Or Zodak, not Zodiac.
Yeah, Zodak was cool. He flew around in a chair. Remember him?
Yep.
Zodak reminded me of like a guy that had a weird fetish. Like, I don't want to have a lot of clothes on, but I'm gonna have this tight metal mask on. But the rest of me is gonna be pretty much. He's
He
pretty
was
much naked.
He's like an 80s gimp.
Yeah, he was really weird. Look at those weird ass feet.
Yeah, he had strange feet.
He was
And
weird.
you know what he did was like, well, we still have hairy chests from Stratos, and we have weird feet from,
So hairy too.
Well, speaking of hairy, there's Beastman.
Beastman.
Who also had he had a different hairy situation though.
He did.
Because it's a different mold. His hairy back and chest.
And he
is
wore
different.
that weird piece around him and all that stuff.
Yeah,
He was
the-
strange.
It's almost like one of those cones of shame that you get for your dog. at the
Yeah,
vet.
so he couldn't lick his own crotch.
Yeah. Oh, Beastman always liked the
Oh, yeah, it'd always be.
And then hanging out with Beastman was always where would he go? I saw him here. Where's Triclops?
Triclops was,
There he is. Triclops was the answer to, I feel like, many faces.
Yeah.
And he just was like, oh, you blue-eyed devil. Like, oh, he's
well,
got a
each
red
eye shot a different laser.
Yeah. And then evil
I tell you
red
what,
eye.
though, Triclops had the best sword. It was like
Yeah.
a real long, cool-ass sword,
Yeah,
and
it was-
it's with his back and
Yep,
everything.
Yep. He was the only one I remember that had a sheath for
Yeah.
his thing. So
He was
there's that. And then there's Manny Faces,
Which
was
is a great name. I mean, his name was Man Faces,
Faces.
like many faces. And they only gave you 3, but in the cartoon, he had all kind of different
Oh,
faces.
yeah. it
he
was
would
crazy.
go crazy.
And he could even change his whole head and all. And you know what's the best thing about him? He was an actor.
Oh, that's right.
And then he
was.
just became like a hero. And
He
then-
became a master
yeah,
of the universe.
Or really, he's just an actor. And like, what is he wearing? All this crap that he has on.
No idea.
He had the weirdest look. And they were like, hey, and they would call him Manny for short sometimes too,
Like
which
the-
is really odd.
Maybe he was the first Latino master of the universe.
He
It's
was.
Manny.
I tell you what, here's another guy that was funny was Mechaneck.
Mechaneck was great.
Mechaneck had that. He just had a long neck.
Well, it's because he could see things.
And remember when it would like rise above the forest and he would look around?
That's how he was like a scout.
He's just a scout. That's it. Everybody in He-Man had a purpose. This
Yeah.
is what you do.
Speaking of a great purpose, was the master of
Oh, my
stealth,
God.
Moss
Man,
Man.
who's just Beast Man with green fur all over him.
They
Did he smell like? Didn't he smell like spearmint or something like that, or like a pine tree?
no, they did an exclusive where he smelled like, I think at first he did. Now he just smells like ass.
He just smells like, and he was always kind of sticky too. Moss Man is horrible.
You never had a clean
He looks like Bill Cosby, doesn't he? He's like an angry green Bill Cosby. Moss Man's so weird.
We can't put him in the same box with Tila.
Here's
either
a
way.
weird guy.
No,
Bob-
before we go into that one, if we're going to talk about things that stink,
Oh, okay.
oh,
Smell
yes,
him.
Stinkor.
Stinkor.
He still smells.
Does
I
he?
can't smell him.
He's just a skunk.
Oh, his
He had
crotch smells.
Zodak feet.
He had Zodak feet, and he had different. Who has these hands? These are like Beastman hands.
Yeah, those are merman hands,
Are
aren't
they
they?
merman? Yeah, they're merman hands.
Because
and
he's
feet.
merman's body.
Yeah, he's totally merman, but with it's actually merman's head.
It's all of
Yeah,
merman. It's the
just
same feet
different
too.
paint.
And they just painted him and made
It's
him
a
smell.
painted merman. Is all it is.
Wow, I never realized that.
He does smell. He smells like
Told
a
you.
car freshener kind of. Speaking of merman, you got merman
Yeah,
there.
merman's here.
Do the merman voice.
I can't do it.
Use Sea Spray's voice.
Oh, I saw a
That's it.
bar.
Merman was awesome though in like the news show when they brought him back.
Yeah.
He was like this wicked sea monster. He was a douche
Yeah.
in this cartoon though.
I was at a shop on Monday meeting Jake the Snake Roberts, which was horrible. But anyways, they had an in the box sea spray for $150.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Now this character Trapjaw here
Trapjaw
was a
was
little
great.
different. He was different. He had a cool arm. You know, he was a good
He's
toy.
wearing, but he's wearing kind of like half of a football helmet with the jaw that.
Well, what was
moved.
great was if you got him early
With the
on,
string?
he had a hook, he had a circle and a string, and he would zip line down.
I don't know why he was ziplining anywhere.
I don't know why you pick your head of all things to zip line.
yeah, that would feel so.
It's just broken off.
Yeah, I know.
That would feel
okay.
so
You
bad
can't
on your neck.
Like,
I'm just gonna hang myself from my head and zip line.
And he had a jaw.
And he would eat metal.
Yeah,
he would
he would.
actually eat metal.
Did his twisty thing? No, he didn't. But he had a different. I love Trap Jaw was great.
Yeah, he was cool. How about my man here? Here's an idea. I want to have a guy that's a giant bumblebee. And what should we call him?
Buzz Off.
Buzz Off's a good. I was gonna call him Sting in the ass, but we'll go with Buzz Off.
He's missing the hat that he wore that gave him more eyes.
That hat was so stupid.
So
These dumb little claws.
As I'm like going through these, I had a ton of these toys when I was a kid, and these all just turned into my wrestling figures.
Yeah, they were good.
So like
wrestling
Buzz
figures.
Off's finishing move was always like the mandible claw because he had that one open like weird picture claw. The Beast
still
don't
works.
have like
I know. I don't know why he has a claw.
Yeah.
How about Ram Man here?
Ram Man was a great.
Ram Man was probably the only unique character.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same build.
He was
Because
never-
you had to do this, and then Ram Man. Let's do the microphone. Ram Man was cool.
Ram Man was great.
Who else we have?
Ram
here?
Man, Ram
Okay.
Man. Oh, sorry.
Now you don't have Fisto.
I swear I had him though.
Fisto is such a terrible name. He was a guy with a big metal hand, and they called him Fisto.
Well, he got a job in the adult industry after He-Man went.
He was cock knocker.
He was. And who's this one? Jitsu?
Jitsu.
Well, I
Jitsu.
mean, Jitsu's one of the most racist characters.
Yes.
You know, we need somebody to counteract a big giant metal fist. How about a big gold karate chop? We'll call him Jitsu, and he's an Asian guy. Oh, okay.
He looks more Mongolian than anything.
Oh,
but
he is so
racist.
Jitsu is so weird. I don't
Look
know
at
what
those quads though, man. He is ripped.
Oh man, they're all ripped. None of these guys were out of shape.
They were all masters of the universe.
They were.
No one skipped
we're
like
gonna
And
go
then,
with
and then look at
Evil
this guy. And this is Spikor.
Spike War's great.
Which I just,
You just broke him.
just tore his arm off. Spikor was great. I don't think Spikor got a lot of ladies back in the day.
No, you couldn't. He didn't like to be hugged.
You didn't want to
couldn't
hug him. I mean, and I don't know why you had Trident. And I read a bio on him when I was doing this research for this, and it said he worked in like making weapons.
He worked to pick things up.
Yeah.
He picked trash up off the
Yeah,
the
he went
highway.
around picking up trash. Oh,
Now,
here's one
here's-
of my favorites.
Lobster Johnson. I mean, what is this? Is this
Clawful, because he has claws and he's awful, so he's clawful, and he has one little claw and one big claw.
he has a buzz off claw. That's the same
Yeah, a buzz
arm.
off claw, and then
And he
that
has-
big claw, which
he
is
has
cool.
this big claw.
Now, Clawful's another one that was so stupid back in the '80s, but when they redid him for the new
He was
cartoon,
huge,
he
yeah.
was huge. He was like this water monster. He was really cool.
So
Same with Whiplash.
Whiplash was a cool.
Whiplash was like kind of because he had like no neck and was weird
Yeah.
looking, and he kind of looked to me like the brother on Everybody Loves Raymond
Yes.
in the face. But then now when they redid him, he was like real cool with the big tail and all that, and you could go like this and smack people with his tail.
All right, so we have. Here we go. This is
Cyclone.
Cyclone. Oh, his disc fell out. I used to have Cyclone as a kid. So he was one where the waist you could just spun a wheel and he spun in circles.
Was he on? He was on the original cartoon a couple times.
But he's got He-Man's face.
It totally is He-Man's face.
It's He-Man.
Almost like an Asian He-Man's face.
Yeah, yeah.
He was kind of like a robot or something, wasn't he? Or
And he had a little hologram. Here's what I used to do. So his move,
tell us, Ken.
when I used to play wrestling, he would get guys in the corner and then just punch them a lot, like the 10 count. And then he would knock someone out. He would do the big punch and clothesline. But
That's
anyways,
great.
He's yellow, blue, and red. He's great.
He was good, and the new figure they did for him was even great. It was
He had a big. The new one they did a big.
Yeah, he had a
circle
big
on it.
thing
Yeah.
behind him and all that.
Yeah.
How about Too Bad over there?
Too Bad was great for another.
Another name. Two guys there, Ed, and it was just Too Bad.
What I always liked about him was they could punch each other in the face.
Yeah, that's because they didn't like each other.
They didn't like each other. They were two like rival thieves, and one's name was like Two something, and the other guy's
And it was
was
like
Bad
Bad.
Do or whatever, and
Yeah.
they became Too Bad.
Yeah.
Too Bad.
Oh,
It's
and he's
play on
got two
word.
of them, which
That's
makes
great.
it 4 Bad.
Yeah, I don't know how I ended up with two of those guys.
And you know what he was great for? Is I would play He-Man. He could always hold He-Man still.
Well, that was the point of him. He
Yeah.
was supposed to. You're supposed to put him behind, and link the arms, and it would hold them for someone else to punch him.
Yeah, it was great.
That's why they made him that way.
So-
or he was always good for giving headlocks.
when you
and then
do
he was
wrestling.
punch him in the face.
So to wrap up some of these He-Man guys here, who the hell is this guy again?
Extendor. Extendar.
Extendar is so weird,
He's like a knight from the. He's a cyber knight.
and he looks like
And he grows long.
the
he goes-
robot man from the Avengers. What was his name?
Robot Man.
Was it Robot Man?
Yeah. Machine Man.
Machine Man, because everything just extends.
Yeah.
Does his wiener do it too? Or? This is another guy that has a different build than the rest of the ones.
Well, when they got that's later in the line. That's probably
Yeah.
that was probably made like '84. That's a later in the line thing.
So we got some.
So we got the Snake guys, then we have the Evil Horde left. So
the
there's
Snake guys. We have. Who do we have over there? Cobra Khan.
Is this Cobra Khan?
This is Cobra Khan right here. He did the spitting.
Yep.
You could put water in here and
Yep.
piss off your sisters
Yep.
when you attack their Barbie dolls.
This is King. This is Lashor.
That's Tongue Lasher.
Tongue Lashor. Don't stick his tongue back into his mouth and pull the thing, because then it'll just go inside. That's what happened to mine. I ruined it forever.
And it ruined it forever.
Yep.
Tongue Lasher was great. I'm gonna give. If you keep acting that line, I'm gonna give you a good Tongue Lasher.
Hey, you know what? It's Friday night. We went out and had a nice dinner.
How many
now
ladies
I'm gonna give you a
did he-
good tongue lash?
How many ladies did he please, Tongue Lasher?
Oh, so many. So what was this guy? Oh,
That's
jeez. Oh, watch it.
Hold on a minute. That's not King Hiss. It's not
is
Rattler. That's Rattler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause he's got a rattler. This guy has so many shticks.
Oh,
so
he has
his
a
head,
ton of shticks.
He shakes. He's
Does he have a
got
tail?
He's got a tail like it's got the whiplash tail.
Yeah.
He's got a head that extends.
Oh, he's great.
He's so many things.
He was great. The Snake Men were great.
He was good.
They were lots of fun.
And then we have King Hiss.
King Hiss was great.
And why King Hiss? You're like, oh, it's just a regular guy. Until you take off his face.
And it's scary ass snake body underneath.
I can't take it off, and I want to break another one of Justin's toys.
Which I don't. Would that be scary? I guess.
I don't know. He's just a whole bunch of snakes. Here, Justin, you
I
open
think you look like more of a badass with it on. But all right. So then we have left with the Hordak.
We have Hordak and the Evil Horde, which was my favorite part of.
Hordak was great.
Loved Hordak.
He had a cool look to him too. And you
Yeah.
know what's great about Hordak? He could transform. Remember he turned into a giant rocket and fly.
Oh yeah, that's right. He would transform into a
He turned
rocket.
into like a battering ram, a rocket, all this weird stuff.
Then there's Leech.
Leech was cool too. Again, he was different looking. The Evil Horde were like all the figures were all unique.
Yeah. Then there's Grizzlor. There was just-
Grizzlor, who when I was a
feels
kid, I
weird.
told you about Grizzlors. I cut this and took all the hair off of them
It's so weird. It's so weird.
and put it on other people and was pretending they were turning into Grizzlors and stuff.
And then there's Montaluk.
Modulok. Modulok, I don't even know where to begin with him.
You can
I
make your own
figured it
action-
came with like 8 million pieces. You can make all these weird. It's like a weird like snuff film. You can
Yeah.
put a.
It's Human Centipede.
Human Centipede.
of the 80s. And you could just make a weird insect man. It's
great.
That's what it was.
So, and we have Sorceress.
Oh, yeah, the Sorceress.
Yeah, she was on here too, which I never even knew they made this figure.
Oh, yeah.
She was cool looking.
All right, so let's go over some
So
ones
we'll
that-
go down some of the guys we don't have on here. Stridor was the horse
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
they would ride. Had Roboto. Remember Roboto?
Yeah,
had a-
Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
I knew you were gonna say that. He had the machine gun hand that he would put on, and he was like a robot that Man at Arms made to fight alongside He-Man.
Oh, yeah, because he had all the gears, and the toy had all the gears in his
Yeah, and they were all
chest.
moving when you move around.
yeah.
Snout Spout, which this is great. He was a firefighter
Yes.
who wore a metal elephant head on,
Yep.
and he would spray water out. And
Yep.
he was on She-Ra, actually.
Oh, was he on She-Ra?
Yeah, he never debuted on here. He was a He-Man figure, but he was only on She-Ra.
Okay.
There was another person named Rio Blast. Did you ever?
I had Rio Blast.
He looked like a cowboy, didn't he?
He was the greatest toy ever.
Why?
So when you bought him, it took time to construct him. He had a backpack that would come up over his head and was two guns. Inside his arms, there was two guns that would swing out, and it looked like he had guns in his hands.
Oh, okay.
And what everyone else needs is things that shoot out of your knees.
Yeah.
His shins would fall down and turn into blasters.
Oh, my God.
And then his chest opened up and turned into blasters.
So many guns.
And he had a side part before everyone else did.
Wow.
I had this guy too at some point. I know I did.
Who?
Did they ever make a figure out of King Randor? They said they did.
Yeah, they did. It was like some of these were hard to find. Like there was even one that was a one door, which was the Wonder Bread mail away of He-Man.
Oh, okay.
It had some different parts, but
And
yeah.
Hero.
Hero, yep.
I like the guys that turned into rocks. They were Stone Dar and Rock On.
Well,
What's
they
your
hung-
name? Rock On, man.
So I think that they all hung out with Extendar at the bar.
Yeah.
And just picked up chicks in Eternia.
Is your last name end with R? Stone Dar and Rock On?
Everything ended in like
ARs,
Yeah,
and it
it was
was
a lot
so
of
weird.
Rs.
Here's a guy like, do you remember Clamp Champ?
which one was he?
Clamp Champ was the only African American guy they made, and he just had big clamps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he was like which is so weird to me. If you're like, would you have a picture of him?
yeah. He had. He
So
didn't-
weird to me. Like, see, I want to join the Masters of the Universe. So what do? Well, I make these giant like clamps. Well, what's that gonna do? Well, let's just like clamp it around somebody.
Yeah, I can
Well,
hold it.
what's wrong? I look just like that dude.
You'd
Yeah.
be better off maybe as like an engineer or something. No, I'm a champion also. Oh, you're a clamp champ. All right,
Yeah.
you can join. Why not? I don't remember. I had Rotar on here, but I don't even remember what he was like.
He kind of has the top of Ram Man, but it looks like you take his legs off and it looks like he has a top.
Yeah. So some villains over here. We don't have Montana from the Evil Horde. He was
No.
great too because his eyes came out and he had 4 legs.
I'm looking up Rotar. Sorry, while we do this.
Quit looking things up. How about some of these guys? You remember Ninjor?
He
Ninjor.
was just a ninja,
He's just a ninja.
Yeah.
but he had the weird feet too.
He had the weird feet.
Yep.
Do you remember Scare Glow?
Yes, he was a skeleton that glowed in the dark.
Yeah,
It was great.
that was
Yep.
great. Twistoid.
Twistoid was.
I don't remember some of these dudes.
Yeah, I don't remember. Some
Here's a guy I liked. Webstore.
Webstore.
Not Webster, like the little midget guy that had his own TV show.
Webstore was great because he had a backpack. It had a grappling hook, and you could climb up the grappling
Yeah,
hook.
and he was like a spider.
Yeah, he was a
In the
spider.
cartoon, he was like a spider.
Yeah.
Here, he was just like a guy with a grappling hook and a backpack.
Yeah, yeah, but he
with
was
the
purple.
merman feet and
Yeah.
everything. He was purple.
And he had a bunch of eyes on his head.
He did. Here's my favorite guy. All right, Ken. So I have this idea for a character. He looks like He-Man. He's like a robot clone of He-Man. And the figure, he's blue. What do you want to call him?
Blue.
Blue He-Man?
Yeah, Blue He-Man.
No, I'm going to go with Faker.
Well, he's
You know
not the
why?
real
'Cause
guy.
he's fake.
Yep.
He's Faker.
That's his thing.
It
It's
is.
Faker's-
So, which means I
Which he
have
did-
him somewhere.
Which was always weird to me because when they sold the figure, he was blue He-Man with brown hair, an orange. I think this
That's
was like
Merman.
Merman's thing on. He was so strange. But in the cartoon, he just looked like He-Man with blue robot eyes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And He-Man tossed his ass into the Grayskull pit.
Yeah.
That
and
was the end of it.
on his chest was just a printed picture of tape reels
Where?
On whose?
Oh, because he's a robot.
because he was a robot.
Ah, that's so weird. Faker was horrible.
I'm gonna have to look at home. I thought I saw him in the box.
I had Faker.
Faker's cool.
Faker. So anyway, that's all the toys. It's everybody. It's hilarious. He-Man was...
Twistoid. What's Blast Attack?
I love how we're just looking these up now. Isn't it great? So to wrap up this little podcast, what other cartoons do you think we should talk about? What other... I mean, He-Man for me was one of the strangest.
It was weird because it tried to. I think we could watch anything.
I tell you what, though, He-Man was ahead of its time
Oh, yeah.
because that was one of the first things I've ever seen, other than like maybe like Flash Gordon, where they mixed swords and sorcery with technology.
Yes.
I mean, you can have a guy that would have a gun that did magic, but he had a sword.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which I miss because it was.
You
like,
don't really see a lot of that nowadays where they have that. They don't have worlds like that anymore. And I like the fact that they recognized it was another planet because remember He-Man's mom was from Earth?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Queen Marlena.
Yep.
She crash land here. She was like an astronaut, and then King Randor banged her, and then they had He-Man.
Oh yeah. It was just
And-
great. Just banged.
Speaking of She-Ra, it was Princess Adora.
Princess Adora, because I adore her so much.
Can I say that the artwork for the E-Man toys was the greatest artwork? Like some of the artwork that they did for the packaging
It was
for
really
like,
cool.
Castle Grayskull was amazing.
Do you know who the sorceress's daughter was?
Tila.
Tila. I don't
Man
know
at
why.
Arms
I don't
is-
know why. I don't know how. I don't know who her dad was, but Man at Arms was her adopted dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there you go.
So
Hey, anything else you want us to do? This is our first episode like this. We'll go do some more shows. If you have any ideas, let us know. Anything you think might be funny. Even if you want to come join us and make fun of it and talk about us, let us know.
Yeah.
We're here on Thursdays.
yeah, just get a hold of us.
That's it. Justin, anything else?
I'm good. I'm
Thanks
just
for the
glad I
toys.
found all this stuff.
Ken, anything else?
Yeah, check us out at kfpodcast.com, facebook.com/kfpodcast. Ken Fred Podcast on the Twitter. Please like, share, subscribe, invite.
And who has the power?
I have the power. I got the touch.
It's Transformers.
I got the power.
Night, everybody.